Mm. So, y'all want to play Savannah?
Yes.
It looks like we live.
We are live. That's why we need Savannah
Okay.
on.
We always live and don't know we live.
No, I knew.
How
That's
come
what I was saying. That we need.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Hello, hello. Hi, Real. I can't believe we live either. It's amazing. Let me go here. Okay.
The one
Oh no,
that she did.
I hit something. Okay. So hey everybody, anybody watching? Okay, let me see. Okay.
I'm sorry. Give me 1 minute. That's me.
Momentos da vida já não sei mais o que fazer na luta e labuta e ser capaz de entender. Momentos da vida já não sei mais o que vou fazer na luta e labuta e ser capaz de sobreviver. Batalhas perdidas é difícil entender. Tô de bem com a vida, eu só quero é você. Batalhas perdidas é difícil entender. Tô de bem com a vida, eu só quero é viver. Não caia na caia, se jogue na praia. Fazer o quê? Quem sabe sambar e não me atrapalha. Pagar pra ver, não caia na caia, se jogue na praia. Fazer o quê? Quem sabe se joga e não me atrapalha. Pagar pra ver.
I don't know. Huh? Okay.
Hey, Tyra, how you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. It's the musical summit, man. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we here. Everybody's here. Everybody, we watching everybody come in. It's going to be really a good show. So, Tyra, I mean, I think we're supposed to talk about the musical summit, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's still working on something.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. Yeah. So,
We're live. So this is what happens when you live, you know? Everyone sees what's going on. No problem. How you doing, Alicia? How's everything?
good. I'm good.
That's good. That's good. So we welcome. I'm sorry, I'm getting cues. So that's why I'm stopping. Um okay.
Okay.
So anyway, I hate to sound like that. So welcome to the musical summit. And your host is myself, Tyra Emerson, and Alicia Rain.
Yeah, hey. Hey.
And we're really excited to be doing this. And tonight we're going to have a celebration of poetry and jazz and a conversation with Jane Elliot.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? You know, things have changed so much, like jazz. It used to be jazz was just this improvisational thing, whatever. But now you could be listening to a radio and it'll be an old R&B song, and now that's jazz. I'm listening to jazz, because I listen to it sometimes. And all of a sudden, drifting on a memory. I'm like going, that's jazz now. So now that's jazz. And see, you want to know my take on spoken word? My take on spoken word is those are people that get to say whatever they want to and don't get mad. Nobody gets mad. It's like you can say whatever you want. You do spoken word and poetry. Nobody cares. It's like you ever heard somebody say something, but they laugh when they say it? You ever, like, girl, you can't cook. Nobody's mad, but you mean that.
Well, we have a tight show. So can you tell them what the musical summit is?
Okay.
Well, I did.
Okay. The musical summit is this is where we give independent artists, people that's still on their grind, we give them a platform so that they can really express themselves. And we can have a good time, and hopefully we get to talk to some really interesting people like tonight. And so that's really what it is. You had a way better thing on it than I did.
I know, but it's live. We just go. We just have to do what we do.
So okay. So are we doing our first person?
Well, we're gonna start with real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. And then we're gonna come back.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh wow. Okay.
Hey, Real, how you doing,
Hey,
man?
what's happening? What's happening? Y'all got to part of my little makeshift studio. What's going on?
We like it. We like it.
We here.
Right.
How you doing today?
I'm good. How are y'all feeling? How y'all feeling?
We good. We good. We can't wait to hear you, man. We heard you So exactly what is it? Because see, like I said, I get confused. Because some people say they poetry. Some people say they spoken word. Some people, I think it's one more thing that they say they are. So, exactly, could you explain exactly the differences between that and that?
Well, if you ask me, the difference between poetry and spoken word is as simple as the input. Like a poet can get up there and read their poem, and that's cool. But
Uh-huh.
but if you consider yourself a spoken word artist, there's a performance with your poetry. There's a connection with your poetry. So for you to have something in your hand to read, it's taken away from your poetry. So
Mm-hmm.
so I guess when you break it down, it's just the delivery. Some people like it, one way, and some people like it with a little stank on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Okay. Then there you go.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
It, it,
because see, I
it's
didn't
like
know,
seasoning. It's like seasoning. Some people like their
but
stuff, you know.
so you would say that spoken word is more like a heartfelt thing. I don't think that, but okay, what would you say? I'm asking
I
you. Go ahead.
I wouldn't say. I would say that it's all heartfelt. It's just you got to
Mm-hmm.
experience it. You got to experience it. Like
Uh-huh.
a poem, a poet. It's like, oh, that was nice. That was nice.
Okay.
But a spoken word artist is gonna do or give you something that you can take with you home. Something
Well, you're
that you're
gonna be doing
gonna
like
feel.
this.
Nah. Because if you snap with me, I'm gonna stop. I find that very
You're
disrespectful.
not gonna do this.
Oh
Okay.
no, we don't. I'm not with the stuffiness. I
You
want
don't. Oh,
claps. I want. That's what I'm talking
we gotta
about.
ask
I
these
want.
questions.
Yeah. I like
We got.
life. Don't give me that
See, I
stuffy.
would
Don't give me that stuffy cheese
have
and crackers. No, don't. No. I'm from the crack era. I don't know nothing about no cheese and crackers. Don't give me that.
So real,
Oh,
yes, hear something from you.
All right.
okay, are we gonna come down or are we gonna be up there with him? We gonna give him the screen? Let's give him the screen. Or put us over on the
Nah,
side.
it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. All right. Since it's poetry month, here we go. I spit for that dude up north in that cell, scared to speak. Out of fear that he may get raped again or beat. I spit to tell the story of little Corey. Mama's a fiend. Daddy's a star runner on the I Ain't Shit track team. And in the midst of all of this, he got a little brother he got to convince to follow his dreams. Pay no attention to the nightmares. I spit because it's therapy for me, keeping the beast calm within me. Lyrical paranormal activity. You see, I've witnessed horror so bad it still bothers my tomorrows. Dealt with pain so thick I still taste that shit. And in time, I've learned that verses are more accepted than screams. I spit to paint pictures. I spit to create urban scriptures. Left hand thinking in the book of reality. Want to know about the Sphinx in Egypt? I don't know. But if you want to know how cold it gets for an HIV addict with no soul, come holla at me. I spit when I hear whack shit because it gets me heated. I spit that real shit because I know that it's needed. No metaphors here, my dear. I keep mine simple and clear. I spit to take your mind off all the bullshit you got to go through out there. I spit for Brown, Crow, Cass, Mello, Lady K, the production, the poets that made me the problem I am today. I spit for room shakers, my poetic family. So whenever I touch the stage, they are always on stage with me. I spit like this because this gift is God sent. So like Beyonce's GYN, I love my job. And I know some of y'all hate to see me when I come through. So I guess I spit for that too. Because the thought of messing it up for some of y'all idiots makes my Jones hard. The real Brooklyn.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
What
Man,
night?
I can't do this.
Thank you. Yeah, don't do that. No.
Yeah, you gotta.
When did you get started doing this, real? When did
Um,
you?
I started in I'm gonna sound real old. 1999.
You didn't have to say that. All you had to do is when you don't. Let me explain something to you. When you don't want to sound old, you say I started when I was 25. Let them go from there. You know
No,
what I'm saying?
because
Let
then
them go
somebody,
from there.
because then somebody say, "Well, how old are you?"
You don't.
You know.
You don't say that. You just let them move from there. You don't have to
Oh,
tell
okay.
them all of that. Don't. You
Got
learned
you. Got
something
you.
today, didn't you? You
Yeah,
learned
yeah.
So,
something.
real thank you. I understand we're going to hear another piece from you later on.
Yes, yes, yes. Uh-huh.
All right. Well, thank you.
All
Okay.
righty.
And I'll see
All
you a
right.
little later, man.
Okay.
Yeah. What we got next?
Sherese.
Okay. Okay,
We
let's
have
go
Sherese.
ahead.
I have to put
Hey,
Sherese.
Sherese, how you
Hi,
doing?
Sherese. How
Hello,
are you?
I'm
Isn't
fine.
she
How are you?
adorable? I think Sharice is so adorable. But we,
Oh, thank
go
you.
ahead.
How was your day today?
It went well. It was pretty relaxing. How was yours?
Oh, hectic.
I can imagine.
It was hectic, but it was good. It was good. So tell us about a little about yourself. I know, but I want you to tell us.
Well, I do a lot of things. I'm mainly a poet, but I'm also a poetry editor and I lead workshops as well. In fact, I'm doing one tomorrow with Queens Public Library. And I also have a mobile library project where I work with Southeast Queens, New York writers and authors. It's called J Expressions.
Well, that's amazing. That's
And you have
amazing.
a book as well, right?
Yeah.
You're working on your book.
I have a chapbook of poetry coming out soon called Recycling a Why That Rules Over My Sacred Site. And I'll be actually reading a poem from that tonight.
Okay. Well, welcome. We're ready to hear.
Thank you. So, since it is Billie Holiday's birthday, I thought I would read a poem that was inspired by an art piece that was in honor of Billie Holiday. And it's called A Blue into Astronaut. Blue halo bubble into helmet. Billy Holy, Daeh met a bronze mirror in the back of the mind. A white garden, pinned to the right brain, a ghostly song. Strange fruit appears in the air, hangs like beads, beads like bodies around the neck. A dark beauty of time, fabricated. Crosses and diamonds stamped, double X's, crucifixions that mark the body. Crushing wise pressured into sound, draws out a huge trunk into place to cover every memory. She, a dresser people put their shame into. She could not save herself, strung out by a sharp pain in her emptied arms. Even as she tries to save others with her mouth, laces herself with black bantus to seduce a memory out of a forgetful nation. That's the poem.
Can you hear our snap?
That's
I
great.
love that. I love
Thank
that. I
you.
love Billie Holiday. That is beautiful. Very,
Yeah,
Thank
very
man.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So do you work with your mobile unit? Is it adults or children or?
It's all kinds of books for children's and adults. And I
Mhm.
last year created a journal in conjunction with the library called Jam Journal. So I'm planning on doing the second issue again this year. So I'll be sending out open calls for that soon.
Okay, okay. Well, listen, I think we're supposed to have another one from her, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
Hmm.
let's hear it. Let's go. Let's go.
great. Okay. So again, honoring Billie Holiday, I will read a poem from my first chapbook called Lucy's Bone Scrolls. And it is called Forbidden Fruit, Love is Strange. This is not a fairy tale's happy ever after. This is a court record of my testimony and my sentencing. The conviction of the guilty for taking a beauty which by man's law I was told I couldn't have. Like I stole fire from a heaven we didn't deserve. I am delivered up by a betrayer's kiss that chose me, pinned me like to a cross, blessed me in blood, and branded me with a red beastly mark. Into my chest for submitting to my desire, for satisfying my curiosity, for being like Eve who wanted to be like God and pluck songs off of freedom's tangled web that now hangs me. By these words may I be born again and attract the hungry fire of belly that pierces fruit rinds and finds new discovery in something I have folded into myself, hiding in the flaming skin of dragon fruit, in the monstrous fingers of Buddha's hands, in the hornfish koano, in the flowering massive jackfruit body, in the messy bed hair of rambutan, in the bulging eyes and twisting shape of magnolia. The greatest beauty found within a frightening face is what I give to a stranger to reveal myself. A stranger who will want to drink my filling juices, who has eyes to see me as good. See that I've paid the price of entry. See that I wanted dirt. I wanted the ground to open up and dance with all of its faults and mine. Eat my shell, the rain and the sun whole, and raise hell like a rocket ship, elevating my breaking bark into a howl. Thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Wow, you gotta have like quite a vocabulary to do poetry. I mean, your vocabulary better be on point. I'm ready. I'm like ready to pull out the. I'm sitting here going. That was great. That was great.
Thank you.
So when did you start writing? Sherese, when did you start writing? Mm-hmm.
Probably like in elementary school when I was 10. Growing up, I was a very shy and introverted person, and writing helped me to come out of my shell more.
Oh, nice. Nice. You hear that? Any young people out here, you know, you can use the arts to do a lot of different things. You know, we're actually glad that that happened because we wouldn't have been able to hear all this fantastic work that you're doing. And I also think that that mobile library is ingenious. That is like so really cool because it's like books kind of disappeared for a minute.
Yeah, and we don't really have bookstores in our neighborhood. So like I want to contribute to the love of books as much as I can.
Yeah, yeah. So thank you so much, and please come back again.
Yeah, we a little frazzled. It was like craziness. You know how when you're trying to do something, you're trying to just keep it moving, and it's like, oh God, what time is it? Ah, you know, and then you get on, then you come on, and it's like, hello everyone, how is it? Before it's like, oh my God, what's up? We live? Oh my God, we're live.
You know, so
thank you so much
but
for
thank
coming.
you, and thank you for being on the musical summit. We
Thank
appreciate
you for having me. Have a good night.
Okay,
she's on our website. Her information is on our website. If you want to hire her or you know, find out
or
where
even just know where her mobile thing is.
Website.
Yeah, even to know where her mobile thing is, and you know, want to get your kids involved in something like that. You know, Jamaica Queens representing. Okay, so who's next? We got some music yet?
Yeah, we're gonna do Boz because I'm still looking for Veronica.
Okay, let's go with Boz. Let me tell y'all something.
Oh, I'm on.
Boz.
I didn't know it was on. I didn't know it was on.
You were in the backstage.
Oh, okay.
You were backstage.
I knew something was up.
Wow.
How you doing?
Tell us about. I know about you, but tell us a little bit about you, and then we're gonna let you rip because I know you're ready. So
yeah. Yes, here's some music. I think they're tired of hearing us just talking.
Oh,
and then we'll ask you some questions after. How's that?
Okay, that works for me.
Okay, all right. Well, I appreciate you letting me be on the show. You'll hear me? You'll hear me?
Oh, yeah. I hear you.
Okay, yeah. I appreciate you letting me be on the show. All right. So I'm going to represent on the show for y'all. And I'm going to give a shout out to my peeps. I got the Doc Bongo, my lady Satina Bell, I got D Slice, Devontae, my son. I got my nephew over here on the side over here, backing me up, rolling. I got
Mm-hmm.
my boy Shabu, technician, genius. It's a bunch of people. I'm not gonna name everybody, but I'm not a talker. I just really wanna get in.
We know, we know. All
I'm
right.
just ready to go
I'm
in.
looking forward to this.
All right. So I'm gonna do my thing. Ready? Y'all ready? Hello? Uh-oh. Boston Productions. I wanna see your face in every kind of light. It feels upon the forest of the night. And it's time for candles on a cake. Oh, let me be the one to hear the sound we should make. How you doing the rest of your life? Nothing something is the rest of your life. I never only one the rest of your life. Let's spend over all the seasons and times of your days. All the good and the times of your days. All the reasons and the lives of your days. All the good things with me. I want to see your face in every kind of light. It feels along the forest of the night. Stay for the candles of the day. One thing down each day. Just tomorrow, when it's deep in your eyes, in a world of love that keeps in your eyes, I'll always want to see in your eyes, if they take a risk or two. Through all of my life, summer, winter, spring, and fall of my life, all I ever will be all of my life. It's all my life for you. That's my life. What you gonna do? What you gonna Man, it's hot here.
Thank you, Bob.
Oh, did you hear it?
Yeah, we heard it. We heard it. Thank you.
Okay.
Tell everybody all the people that you play for.
I play with Stevie. Steve played with a lot of people. Stevie, Kenny Loggins, Blue Magic, Michael McDonald, Whitney Houston, Jennifer Hudson, Whitney Marcellus. Wow. A couple of them I can't really remember. I played with Funkadelic once in Atlantic City.
Wow.
Martina McBride.
Wow.
A couple of people I just can't think. I just can't think about it. I played with quite a few people. You know, I got my CD. And me and my partner, the Doc Bongo, we have a CD.
Okay.
Stillness of the Ocean, Blackenstein. And we
All
got
right.
I want him to be on the show. He's supposed to be playing with me, but he's taking care of some business. So.
Okay. So where can we get your CD?
Anytime I'll come by and bring it to you. I'll bring my
All
CD. You
No,
go on my
online.
website.
Get it online.
Go on my website. ByStarProductions.com.
Okay. All right. We will put that on across the screen so people could see that. All right.
Yeah, that's BOSTEIN.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
ByStar Productions.
Thank you so much.
You are amazing, Boz, and I appreciate you so much. I mean, see, a lot of people don't know. Boz is like a little underground star, man. Forget it. You know.
I'm trying to come up and be a star up front now.
That's it.
Hey, that's what you gotta do sometimes.
Gotta be in the background. Gotta be out in the forefront now.
Yeah, man. But you deserve it. Like I said, you've been doing this a long time. You deserve a moment. Your moment in the sun. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah, man. So say your website one more time.
Say Boston Productions.
So it's Bostein, BOSTEIN.
Yes, Productions.
Productions.
Yeah, with the S.com.
.com. So go there, check out his stuff, y'all. Support local artists, support local music, support independent music.
Y'all go to the DocBongoSoul.com too.
Okay. They're saying that they enjoyed your bass playing in the chat. Yeah, they're saying they enjoyed your music.
So you're amazing. So.
I appreciate everybody.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll be in touch.
Definitely.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right.
And so now we have God's favorite. I mean, he's really God's favorite, like all of us.
I told you my favorite one. God's favorite.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are y'all?
I'm still a little. I'm still a little.
She's still crying. She's still crying, guys.
If this poem, nah. Hopefully I'm worthy enough after this piece. So.
Of course.
I mean, you know. Go ahead, and we'll talk to you after. Go ahead.
This piece is basically, like I was saying before, I guess like the diaspora of being African American inside of the education system, where it's looked at as an answer or a solution. And I guess this is just my idea of the misconceptions that comes along with that. My life went from, baby, hold up your bottle, to, boy, you better put down that bottle because the drunk child today will never become a man of tomorrow. And now listen, just proceed on to asking my mother, what does tomorrow mean for a black? Before I could finish my sentence, my mother had already begun slapping me in my back-talking mouth. She attempted to physically beat my coping mechanisms right out of me, not knowing all my problems started with algebra.
And everybody knows that drunk plus high multiplied by antidepressants was the only equation that I could solve for why I was never able to attain sanity in a world that never meant to keep me living long enough to learn how to compute the black man's body into a fully functioning being, or I didn't even get an explanation for why I still feel like we never made it off the grids of our plantations. Just the imaginative graphing calculations advised by the directions of my handy textbook never seemed to match with any of the answers plotted in real life for my chances of survival as an African American man. And I try explain all of this to my mother, but of course, you know how them parents be. Never understanding the complexities of being a child in today's age, especially when they themselves have succumbed to the unforgiving, dream robbing mistake of an education system. But I, the great son that I am, will try my best not to be too upset with her because I know that she was never that good at math and never got to finish high school in the first place. So how dare I hold her up to standards she doesn't even know exist? When she couldn't even label the same ball graphs that placed her life in the socioeconomic position that she's in now. And what other ways was I supposed to hide my fears without detaining them inside vacuum sealed containers they use as prisons, segregating my saying to cells small enough to hold back my blackness, forcing my freedom into share of rights as I cropped out the traumas of my past, securely restraining back my ancestors who never stopped from screaming from the depths of my belly, begging me to finally speak up for myself and my people. How? How is it possible when the only thing I was ever taught to properly do was swallow the prescribed pills that encases the American dream? And for some reason, this mandated medication administered into my body, disguised as whitewashed education, never seemed to stay completely down. I guess the brave voices that I learned to stomach decided to no longer remain calm, revolting like not turning, lighting the abyss of my gut, torturing and rocking the same boats they sailed on to reach this godforsaken land that I make out as an excuse of a home. And after years of malnourishment, my body was tired of fighting and forcing itself to regurgitate a repetition of history that was never mine to know nor understand. I realized that my partaking in the classroom setting made me a varying factor, a part of a much bigger plan, helping to spread the white man's hands overly opportunistic land with falsely portrayed images of freedom or fanned. Damn, I say to myself, as I realize exactly how much work I have left to do. Thank you. Oh yeah, I'll say I come back.
Yes, 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 yes.
That was great, man. So how do you come up with the subjects that you talk about?
Honestly, it's like if it's like pop culture, I rarely write poems as often as I used to. 'Cause I don't really perform as much. But like if it's like a specific theme piece or if it's something I feel like I just can't hold in. Like this poem was originally it came up with a friend of mine. I was offered to do an exhibit, and he was a artist. He drew, he painted, and like he would take like cut things out through like wood, and it was just a picture of an African American boy with like he took like his idea is to take blackface and turn it into characters because saying that African Americans history is somewhat unknown because we were shipped off, and that our struggle is a part of our history. Our struggle is a part of our story. So it was just pretty much all of that into a picture, and this was the piece that I came out of that. So it was just really, I guess, my own experiences. I don't like to write anything I don't feel, as you can
Yeah,
see how I perform. So
yeah. No, you were great. What you talking about? You have to perform, man. You kidding? You was great. Shoot, you should perform more. You have any questions, Tyra? You got? Or are we
Yeah,
gonna let
I want to know where you're going to be at next.
right now, I'm still. I came out of hiatus for you guys because I'm working on something special. So I'm trying to
Oh,
dedicate
can you
all of
about
my
to break
time to
some news? About to break
Oh,
some
we
news?
thank you for that.
You
And
just
it.
say
let me tell
something
you, when
special.
I met you, your name, God's favorite, stuck in my mind. So it just stayed with me. So when we started doing this, I was like, it just came back up. I was like, yes, I know exactly who should be on here, and I thought of you. Can you give us another piece as well?
Another piece. I got you. This one is a little bit more lighthearted. It was inspired by. I'm happy you asked me to do too. See, I appreciate it. I think you like me. I think that way. Um, this poem was inspired by Lauren Hill. Nothing matters at all. When I first heard this song, I was like, whoa. Like I heard it before, but I never like listened to the words and like understood the message. And I felt like one thing that's really lost in this world is love and the ability to love and understand that emotion. And I feel like this is like the point when I guess peaked and I'm like, oh, like this really matters. And this is, I guess, my expression of it. So whenever y'all ready
Okay.
for me. Nova came to my brain, baby. I just want to be your passport. I want you to take in the depths of my mind for a journey to what I love to be a tropical island that you could come and explore with me, and I would love to hold you just a little bit closer. But I'm scared I'm too toxic. There's a lot of unsolved problems in my past that leave me with conflict. I'm often jailed by my memories, forcing me to become a runaway convict. But you, you ended that worst luck with love. It was never all about kisses and hugs. It was always constant battles and tugging deep down inside. I just wanted to be loved, but you rebridged my disconnection to affection. I want to find where your presence stand because I could buy all your love at Cupid's concession stand. And I heard that you were sold out, but came back through to my popular demand. So I know this is different. You might just be the secret ingredient that I'm missing, maybe because your body creates the perfect combination of hope and grace where you can pick the lock on my heart, resetting its cold code, unlocking a spectrum where two souls meet, but only because of fate. Your words are like tears washing hate out of my body, turning it into nothing but disposable waste. And I swear that your lips look better than what they taste. And the ways that your eyes lock on mine, I know that soon enough the waves inside your mind might swallow mine. Washing my senses while I bury myself deep beneath your shores, your tides constantly seducing me, begging me to engage in oceanic adventures, keeping my subconscious indentured, but I do not mind it because I chose to venture into your intentions. Not to mention, you leave me speeches in my poems about you and my favorite compositions, not even sure how we got in this position. But if I lose you, my heart will be missing. So I can't take no chances. I'm only focused on advancements and movements and enhancing our minds while we still have time because your beauty is more than skin deep. It shines in your silhouette's contour, body like a showcase. Please, my love, take me on a world tour. And it's chemistry. It's a concoction from cognitive thinking. I persisted on so long looking for the right solvent to be my solution. My heart was constantly played like music, but now everything feels so fluent. You came around and I went under your influence. My future now translucent and crystal clear. I just want to thank you for finally bringing me here, my dear. Mm-hmm.
Wow, wow.
I got a day
Thank
after that
you.
one. Yeah.
We appreciate you coming out of retirement for us.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna break some news. He said he's doing something special. Can we know, or is it something you don't you try not to break right now? Break.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it under wraps. Some blessings you gotta
See
manifest
that?
within
I was
yourself.
trying to.
You
I
gotta.
just
It's
want
like a
y'all to know I
baby.
had
You
to bounce
gotta.
back. I was
I
gonna.
hear you. Well, please let us know where you're going to be, and we will share it with everyone.
I got
You
y'all.
know, and
Y'all can follow me. Okay.
if anyone wants more information, you can go to our website, and we have his bio and information about God's favorite. Thank you
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
much.
If y'all ever
Yeah.
need a performer, I'm here. Jamaica, Southside Jamaica. Southside, we outside is where I'm from. So this is really means a lot to me to perform
Outside,
for you
outside.
guys.
Yeah, man. He was really, really good, man.
Yeah, yeah,
We
awesome.
gonna do some music now. What we doing? We doing music?
Yes, Libra.
Yes.
Ah,
Hey,
Hey, girl.
I'm good. How are
Beautiful as
you?
ever.
Thank you. Hey, girls.
hey, pretty
Hey,
girl.
so nice to be here.
Yeah,
How you
man.
doing today?
Wonderful.
Great. That's fantastic. Um, we're excited to have you.
My
We
pleasure.
oh I can't, I don't know where to begin. I don't know. Tell us about how you started, when you start singing.
Don't
Well,
say
you know,
dates. Don't
actually,
say
Tyra,
dates.
I've been singing as long as I can remember. We sang at home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My mother's youngest brother was a trumpet player.
Mm-hmm.
So it was always music around, and I used to hang out with him. And actually, he played for Esther Phillips,
Okay.
Abby Lincoln. So I was
Nice.
introduced to jazz very early. So I just sang. My mom sang. She never pursued it as a career, but she had a great voice. So I just love to sing, and I sang in the schools, talent shows, sang at church. You know, so I've been doing this since I was a kid.
And tell them what group you used to sing in.
Well, you know, actually I sang in a couple of groups, but one of the most popular groups that I sang in was Music. And they had hits like Push, Push in the Bush.
Oh, you know Patrick.
Yes, Keep on Jumping.
Yeah.
And Summer Love.
Yeah.
And that was, you know, that was quite an experience. That happened straight out of high school.
Wow.
So it was the best training, stage training that anybody could ever have. Because they had hit records. So the shows that they were doing were big shows.
Yeah.
So I was thrown into learning how to change your costume really fast.
Yeah.
Learning how to do harmonies very quickly. And learning how to hang out and still be able to do a show.
I wouldn't sleep in the corner. I'm not
Yeah,
good.
so it was a wonderful experience.
Yeah, I'm not good at that part. They would have kicked me out just because I didn't want to hang out. They'd be like,
you know, listen, that was the 80s, honey. that was the 80s. You know, that was disco time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So it was wonderful.
Yeah, man. So this is cool. So we really looking forward to hearing you. I mean, he's an amazing vocalist. It's so hilarious. Quick story. I known her a long time ago, and we was doing a rehearsal, and I said, "Don't I know you?"
Right.
She said, "Yeah." She said, "Alicia,
yes." we go way back.
Listen, I told you about that.
Okay.
I'm trying to help, you know. Okay, let me be quiet.
You said it seems like yesterday.
It was like yesterday.
It was yesterday. So we want to hear you have the set. You have the.
It's your show.
I want to hear you sing.
Okay, but let me get my stage mode.
Okay.
I don't know about this. Y'all need to find out. You got to get yourself.
Alrighty. Can you see me well?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe 1 minute.
Live. That's all I can say.
Can you hear me? Clouds come creeping, got me weeping this morning. I can't believe you're really leaving this town. Everyone knows I can't make a move without you. You're turning my world upside down. And I've got a feeling, sing the last of your baby. Reality is never blue. Something with blonde hair, reflections on a dream. Thoughts of you with who knows who, blowing through me like a stream. Brazilian serenade, linger on. Help me use my soul in this song. I got a feeling bad. Sing the last of you, real days never blue. Real days never blue. Years go by, still I cry. I'm out here on my own. Could it be my destiny? Live this life alone. Those cold and rainy nights, getting cold. Long and sleepless nights, getting old. I got a feeling, babe. See the last of you. Real days never blue. Real days never blue. Real, real, real days never blue. It is coming out of you. Real, real. It is coming back to you.
Your little step was that the step is what got me. You was
I'm yes, indeed.
Beautiful.
Don't know anything else.
I highly recommend.
There you go.
oh, there you go. All right. Yeah, man.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Bring to my seat.
We understand you have a school.
No, I don't go to school.
You don't have a school.
No.
What the heck I'm thinking? Who I'm talking about?
No.
I don't want to tell you any stories.
I would say she's too busy for school. Libra, you just had you just sang at an event this weekend, right? Didn't you?
Yes, we had an event here at the I'm in West Palm Beach, and we just had a lovely event with a group that I work with called Jazz on J Street, and it's a group of wonderful jazz musicians from all over. And we did a wonderful outdoor event at the Norton Museum. And we had a great time. Great time. And I'm gearing up now to do the Kravitz Center, which is one of the biggest theaters here with women in jazz.
Oh, nice.
So
and when is that?
That's the 24th of April. Okay. And I'm really excited because it's an all-female band.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I'm looking forward to that.
Now, are they letting people in the concert, or is it?
Well, it's limited capacity, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also streaming it live.
Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, that's great, man. I mean, it's I'm always amazed at artists because we just so resilient. We just could just, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna find a way. We gonna
That's right.
find a way.
We have to do it. If we don't do it, we feel out of sync.
Yeah, you feel lost. It's
Yeah.
like when you get like when a singer gets a sore throat or gets hoarse. It's like
Yeah.
we know tomorrow is coming, but it don't matter because right now I can't sing. It's like my life.
We do what we have to do.
Yes.
We
Yes.
do what we have to do.
Terrible, man. Yeah.
That's the deal.
She's gonna do another one, right? She's doing two,
So,
right?
well, we understand we have a video, right?
Oh, we got a
Libra,
video.
we're going to play a video
Okay.
of
Okay.
one of your songs. Thank you
Okay.
so much. We love you.
Love you too, and thank you for having me on.
Again. We'll try to come to the women's. Let us know about the women's event so we can post it. Okay.
Absolutely. I'll send you a flyer.
Okay. Perfect.
Will do. Okay. Thank you. Love you.
Love you too. Take care.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh man, yeah, you could go to our website and find out her information also. So it's on there. Everything is on there. So who we got next? Who we got next? Who we got next?
We're playing Libra's video.
Oh, see how quick you get old and you forget. Go ahead. See how you get old. Let me be quiet. Look how pretty.
Okay, no sound.
Cause no sound. Well, she looks absolutely stunning. I mean, just stunning. I mean, I hope we can get. I don't know.
We don't have any sound.
We get it. Something's on mute or something, Cassell.
Okay.
Something's on mute.
No sound.
If it's on YouTube, then check your YouTube channel. Oh wow. Okay, you know what? You know what, Cassell? Bring it down. Let's fix that sound, and we're gonna play that. Okay, let's go to the next person because we got Jane in the house. So let's go to the next person, and and then we could bring that back. So who we have next?
Veronica.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Veronica Daeh. Oh, how you doing, girl?
Hi, Veronica.
Finally.
Look at that pretty girl. How you been?
How are you doing?
Girl, I'm doing okay.
It's been a day, right?
I'm doing okay. Now that I see you, I'm doing okay. How's that? I'm glad you are. Yeah, man. So Veronica, you did something. What was that, Sunday? That was amazing. She was on Pigeon Sunday. Tell us about what that was about.
It was just one of those old songs. You know, I just used to sing when I was a little girl in church.
Okay, because it was a Christian network, right?
Right. It was like an old devotional song.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, that's the only kind of.
Or maybe,
I know. I like old school gospel. I'm sorry. I feel like these gospel people, they don't sweat enough for me. Y'all gotta sweat. You gonna sing gospel? I'm supposed to see the sweat. I'm supposed to see the hand go up. I'm sorry. I like them old school songs. But what are you doing today? Are we doing she's doing a song for us? What's she doing? Exactly what's happening. Tara has the lineup. Oh, I can't have gum.
Do you hear static?
Yeah.
I hear a little static.
Okay, hold just a second. Hold on.
Okay.
Change my head.
Live. This is how we do it. Okay.
Is that better?
It's a little better. Yeah, it's a little better.
A little better? Okay.
Oh, just a little. Okay. Well, what?
What
Okay,
are we doing now?
Okay. Well, let's just start playing. Let's see how it sounds. Let's see how let's if I'll yeah. So let's just start.
It's a
So let me.
little like you're cutting in and out.
Oh, so you can't
Yeah,
hear
you're
us either?
I can hear you, yeah, but it's kind of like spotty a little bit.
Wow. Okay.
So what do you want me to do now?
Okay. What should she do, Tyra? What
Well,
play?
she's gonna sing one of her songs live, right, Veronica?
Because we can hear you.
Okay, so you want me to sing now, or what do you want me
Yes.
to do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. So I'll sing a little bit. I'll sing a little bit of a song I wrote called "Weep at Me and Door for the Night."
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, but joy comes in the morning.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. We've been made over a night, but joy will come in the morning light. We've been made over a night, but joy will come in the evening and wipe the tears from your eyes. From your eyes. He'll wipe the tears from your eyes. From your eyes. The gray skies will be there always. 'Cause he promised us a bright day. And no matter what the doubters tend to say, just put your trust in God. The situation's gonna change. We've been made over night, but joy will come up in the morning light. We've been made over night, but joy will come in the evening. Like the tears is right from your eyes. From your eyes, from your eyes, from your eyes.
Wow,
She
that
has
was
such
great.
a beautiful voice. Such a
Thank
beautiful
you.
voice, man. Man, she has such a beautiful voice. So, okay. So,
So Veronica, you're writing a musical, or you writing your own play?
I'm a songwriter,
Mm-hmm.
arranger, and recording artist, and I play a little percussion and a little keyboards.
Okay, all right, and I understand you're working on a play.
Say that again,
No,
because you're cutting in and out. Sorry.
you're working on a play.
Yes, I play a little percussion and a little keyboard.
oh, she can't hear you. She can't hear you. She can't hear you. So we have okay. I'm gonna try something because I have your video also. Tech is having a little problem, so I'm gonna try and see if I can get it for you. Okay, I'm gonna, I'm not
Okay.
tech, but we gonna see what happens. Okay, because I mean, of course, we want to always do the right thing by. Oh, she got it.
has gone away. Gotta make every minute count, no matter what you say, no matter what you do. What will your response be to God when He poses this question to you? What are you doing with your life? Are you trying to make it right? What are you doing with your life? Are you just wasting time? Are you just wasting time? Not about the clock on the wall. What are you doing with your life? Are you redeeming the time? Are you trying to make a change? Or does the world see you the same? Are you trying to save the law? Are you trying to save the law? Counting up the cost. Oh, are you trying to make it right? Are you trying to make it right? What are you doing? Are you just wasting time? Yes. This time is spiritual. Time is spiritual. Are you doing? Are you redeeming the time? Are you redeeming? Are you redeeming? Are you redeeming? Ooh, gotta stop wasting time. We gotta stop wasting time. You gotta stop wasting time. Oh, gotta stop wasting time. We gotta stop wasting time. We gotta stop wasting time. Oh, ding the time.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Wait, oh my God. Wait. Man, that was great, Veronica.
Thank
So you
you.
wrote this song in, right?
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
You wrote that.
Yes.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful. You look beautiful. We love you. We're so glad that we were able to have you on the show. Yeah, man. It's just been great. Yeah, so Tyra, you want to
Thank
ask?
you.
So tell me, you sing jazz, gospel, it's everything, right?
Yes.
What's your favorite? I guess. Well, I know. It's probably gospel, but what's your favorite?
My favorite genre?
Yes, your favorite genre.
Um, it's kind of hard to say because I love gospel because I grew up singing gospel. My roots are in gospel, but I love jazz. I love R&B and soul, and the thing is, jazz and R&B, soul, all of that comes from gospel.
Yes, absolutely.
Gospel is basically the mother of it all.
Yes.
Yeah, it's just different. It's just different stories behind it. That's what makes it different. It's just the lyrical content that makes it different.
Yes. Well,
Wow.
it's we appreciate you.
But I also love reggae. I love
attending.
Latin. I love house music. I love club music. I love some country. And I write whatever I'm inspired to write. I'm not stuck in a genre.
Yeah.
Right. Mhm.
Yeah. So what's your social media and how can any people get in touch with you?
Say it again.
How can people get in touch with you if they want to hire you or if they want to buy your music
Oh,
or
okay. My Instagram is Lady Daeh, which is LadyDaeh 7 at Gmail. I mean at IG, and then also on YouTube and on Twitter, it's Veronica_Daeh Daeh.
okay, all
Okay.
right. We appreciate you coming, man. It's been, we just happy to see you, girl. I'm happy to see you, girl. I'm happy to see you.
Yeah, we thank you because your patience. You've been patient, so we appreciate that as
We
well.
really appreciate it. Yeah, man. Yeah. So,
Well, thank you for having me on.
well, like I
You're
said, thank
welcome.
you.
Mhm.
She's on our website also. All her information is on our website. So you could go to themusicalsummit.com and you'll be able to, reach out to her also. Okay.
Yes,
Veronica, I'll see
thank
you
you for
soon.
that.
We love you. Okay.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
man. So who's next? Let's go. Let's roll it on.
Kashmira.
Okay, let's go. This girl got a lot.
Hello.
This child should be
Hi.
busy. You gotta
Hi. Can y'all see me?
no turn. You know what? Turn the camera towards your. Put the light in front of you. You know how to do this, girl. You gotta show and all.
Okay.
You need to put the
I
light
will
in.
put the light in front of me.
Yeah, because it's behind you. Yeah, man. It's been a good show, man. We almost at the spot.
How about this? How about now?
That's better. Yes, there you go. Stop right here. Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So Kashmira, you have should we let her do one of her pieces first? So we're gonna talk to her first. But let's talk
Oh,
about
yeah. We definitely let's hear one of your pieces first.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have a piece. This piece is titled Using and Abusing Myself, aka Broken Pieces. Using and abusing myself. I did that for way too long. My life was like a horrific series. A broken record playing a bad song. Broken mirrors, shattered glasses. I thought my life was over, fatal attraction. But now, I'm like that Lauryn Hill song. I get out. I get out of all your boxes. I get out. You can't hold me in these chains. I get out. See, my father freed me from that bondage because I was born for something greater, not knowing that the pain I was carrying would be the force behind the strength that created this warrior. So now I don't even fight the opposition. I've learned to trust God and just enjoy the euphoria. So I no longer use myself. I take a moment and gather the right tools so that I no longer can abuse myself. Thank you.
We just snapping our fingers here.
No. Real said you're not supposed to snap your fingers.
Wait.
Wasn't you listening? He said
He
none
did.
of
He
that.
did. He did.
He said none of that. None of that. Yeah, so this young lady
He
has a
did.
lot. He did. He said none of this.
Wait, did he come back on?
He did. So Kashmira, she has a lot of stuff going on. She got a podcast. She got a beauty line. She got all kinds of stuff. Tell us about yourself.
Wait, I want to say, and you can sing. You was hiding that from us.
Yeah,
and you can sing, girl.
Thank you. Well, my name Kashema Amish. That's my stage name.
I keep calling you
Amish
Kashmira.
is
It's okay. I knew y'all would ask me to reintroduce myself. It's Kashima Amish, right? Shima Amish is Shima backwards. That's half of my name. That is anointed, modest, enthusiastic, self-confident, and hardworking. So that is the name of my company, which will be being launched in October via a domestic violence awareness and prevention program because I am a survivor and I'm also a motivational speaker for those type of events as well. I received my first certificate about 3 years ago. So shout out to that. Yes, I do have my radio podcast at DTF Radio
Congrats.
Station. Thank you. It's From the Heart of a Poet. We come on every Sunday from 7 to 8 p.m. I'm always on my IG live at From the Heart of a Poet, but we also stream live on DTF Radio's YouTube channel. And I also I wrote a book. I completed my first poetry book. I plan to launch that this October as well with my company. Hopefully, all the paperwork go right because I'm still in the paperwork process for that. You know how that go, right? The copyright, publishing, the printing, and everything like that.
In Corona.
And I am currently completing a script. Yes, I'm a spoken word poet, but I'm a writer. So I am currently completing the script, and I do have some acting experience. I've done a stage play that Ray DeJean produced a few years ago. I'm in the Brooklyn Way. It's a web series written and produced by Gat Murder. Yes, and a few other small projects that I did. I've also written a couple of my own monologues that I've also performed. So yes, I'm pretty much a woman of all trades, I like to say. I'm also a hairstylist. My first business. I'm an entrepreneur. I am a part-time educator. I'm a leadership specialist for middle school, right? So my first job was braiding hair at 12 years old, making money. So yeah, I've been pretty much an entrepreneur since I was 12. So yeah, that was the first job I ever had. Doing hair, making money. Yep. So that's pretty much what I have going on now. And I do have a skincare, a health and wellness and skincare line. Is also connected to a travel agency that I also work with. Yes. So I will send that information to you guys via email so you can put it on your website. But it's called Secret Direct. Yes, I'm also involved in that.
Okay.
And all of our products are 100% organic.
That's it. So you have another piece for us too, right?
I do.
Okay, we ready.
This piece is titled I Met the Right Man. I was walking down the street lost in a cold, cold world. I was empty inside like a lonely little girl. I couldn't help but think, what am I to do? And because there was no guidance, I walked in a grown woman's shoes. See, I ran into some ditches. I fell into some holes. I even went so far and gave to the darkness my soul. I was lost. I was confused. I was angry and insane. I was hurting. I was depressed. I was stressed. I knew nothing but pain. But then I met this man. I know we believe in different things, but for me, that name is Jesus Christ. See, he really touched my heart when he said, I'll give you life. I didn't understand yet. I still said, okay, that's why I can shout for joy because he is my savior until this day. See, he paid the price for me when he died on Calvary Way. But then I got impatient and began to fight. I turned my back on him and went back to my dark nights. I couldn't even see. I couldn't even breathe with my back against the wall. I had to fall back down on my knees. So he took me by the hand and said, come back home to your real man. Because see, I was chasing after the world, running back into that lost, dark, lonely little girl. Yeah, I make mistakes, but I thank him for his love, his mercy, and his grace. That's why I could put a smile on my face and sing that song. Amazing grace. back at my past, I know my God has made me to laugh. Because, see, I know it was for a reason. Just one long, dark, dark season. See, I know I met the right man because my hands are in his hands. And I thank him for the process of the cleansing of my heart because one day he and we would never be apart. See, I met the right man. Thank you.
Yes, yes,
Thank
yes.
you. We appreciate you.
That's
Thank
all.
you.
We have a lot on the roster, so we're going to keep going. But we are sending everybody to our website so they can contact you. We also send your social media across the I always want to say stage, but it's not the stage across online. And we will be getting back to you, especially now that we know you can sing too.
Oh boy.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
It was
Kashima.
a pleasure. Thank you so much.
My retardation is gone now. I said it right. I'll tell you. So I was messing up the child name. I love her. Such a sweet
Ashley.
girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got Ashley. Let's go. Let's get it popping. Hey, Ashley, how you doing, girl? Uh-oh, get off mute.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're good. We're good. So, well, we're kind of moving a little faster because we still have more show and time is moving. So, tell us all about you, your school, your new album, just everything.
Yes. Okay, so I own a music school called Keiko Studios Music Academy, and we teach music lessons to all ages, all levels, and we do basically all instruments, so piano, guitar, singing, drums, any instrument you can think of, we teach lessons for it at the school. And we are located on Jamaica Avenue in Queens Village. So I'm just, super excited to be able to bring music education to our community and to our kids and adults. And then aside from my music school, I also perform. I play alto saxophone, I play piano, and I sing as well. And I recently released my debut album called Pursuit of Harmony, which is available on all platforms.
Congrats.
So cool.
Thank you.
So you want to do something? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Tyra. Tyra, you was going to say something? Oh, I was getting ready to say you're going to do something live for us? Or
yes.
Okay, so this is how we're going to do it. Because we got to move it, we're going to let you go live. And then hopefully you can play your video right after.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
All right.
No problem.
We ready. Let's go.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do in Jamaica.
Thank you so much. All right, so I'm going to play a song called Rock the Boat.
Now, is that on your album?
Sorry, one second. I don't think I can hear you. All right.
Is that on your album?
Oh no, that song is not on my album. It's just a cover that I've done recently.
Okay.
Yeah, just one of my favorite Aaliyah songs.
Okay. And on the video we're going to see, though, is from your album?
Yes, so that one is from my album, and if people want, you can also Shazam it while you're listening, and that will also bring you to my album.
Oh, okay. Perfect. Okay.
Well, let's go. Uh-oh. You got the video? There you go.
Wow.
Yes, that was
Thank
Wow.
you.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So, do you have anything coming up?
Nothing in particular. I've just been, posting a lot of different covers and things of that nature on social media.
It's Corona. It's Corona.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, people can find me online at Ashley Keiko. Keiko is spelled Keiko. I'm on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. You can find me anywhere. And you can also find my music on all streaming platforms, as well as my website at ashleykiko.com.
Wow, that's great. We really appreciate you coming.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
We have these stars on our show that we just stars. Tara,
I'm so sorry. They say we're moving along, but Alicia keep asking questions. So much, Ashley.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
And everybody buy that album.
Thank you. Yes.
Go check out all the artists. Support artists, man.
Yes, definitely.
We're proud of you. We love you, girl.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take care. Thank you for being a part of it.
Okay, so what's getting ready to happen now? I think, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to bring our special guest up with Real. So, Real. So, listen.
Yes.
So, I understand.
Hey, what's happening?
I understand you have something that's par for the occasion for Miss Jane Elliot that you want her to hear.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
I was gonna so it's gonna be me and Real.
Well, come on.
All right.
Pause for a second.
So what's happening? Because
What do you mean pause for?
You want to switch? We got to switch.
Yeah, just.
Okay. This is how.
Come on, cause
Yeah.
87 and we gotta get her on.
Yeah.
They said she's 87. We gotta get her
So I'm gonna do my piece, Real. You gonna follow through.
And it gotta be short, guys.
All right, copy. Let's get it.
All right, hold up. All right. All right, I'm gonna do eavesdropping.
Let's go.
My phone's tapped. I hear the clicks, but every time you turn it off is when you don't hear me talking that revolutionary shit. But do I care? Can't say that I do. Because all you're going to hear is how y'all injustice stay speaking untruths, how you oppressing those that built this country, how we struggling the projects and you lamped up in the hills living comfy, how y'all straight liars. Sometimes I wish hell was a real place because I'd watching glee as your body gets burned in hell's fire. But I know it's just a mental state, and I've lived down south, so I've seen Confederate flags blown in the wind and that fuck you nigga look on more than one pale face. But did it bother me? Not at all. I looked in their eyes like, yeah, F you too, swung my locks and stood tall. I ain't got time for the bull-ish. Got everybody pledging an oath to Hippocrates when we all know the father of medicine was Imhotep. I know how much you study us to acquire your big scientific breakthrough. You've been studying the pyramids for how long? And y'all still ain't got a clue? Why? Because we surpassed yours. I don't care how much y'all promote and try to convince all. I know black men are kings, not thugs, and black women are queens, not whores. I know how much you lost physical contact. All your inner desire to lay us flat on our back. Figuratively and literally, you scared of black men and give black women a leverage and opportunity to shit on them continuously. Sorry to tell you, that ain't gonna work with this one. I honor my black man, treat him as the king he is, comes home to a bubble bath, full body massage, home cooked meal, and when he walks through the door, it's already done. You trick a lot of chicks, got them screaming, we want independence! Independence from who? That white dude don't respect you, and if it wasn't for that black man, you wouldn't exist. So no, I don't care if you listen, just call me the pastor that's cleansing you, performing your baptism, which would just be an illusion. Like swine, you can't be cured of your sickness, you was bred to cause confusion. But can you really be mad at Yakub, separating the weak from the strong. Like we separate those who talk from those who show and prove. It's eternally conflicting. A black man creating those who sole purpose is causing painful infliction. But back to the point of my phone being tapped, and how Caucasians are scared of strong, dominant blacks, and how we outnumber your police force, and how we got to register our firearms so you know how to roll when you unjustifiably bust down our front door, and how you intercept real stories by controlling the media outlets, and how when we unmask you label us revolutionary misfits. Revolution means change. Why when y'all revolt, y'all label great conquerors hypocritical? Man, from now on, you ain't got no official name. I'm calling you monster, chaos causer, confusion maker, unjust deceitful, ulterior motive having spirit taker, legacy eraser, quick to teach about slavery, but won't teach us about our greatness, our inherent regal status. And you got these house niggas shouting, that was so long ago, get over it, it no longer matters. But I will never forget the plight of my ancestors. I feel their pain with every pump of blood flowing through my veins. And you wonder why we got so many aliases. That's because we do damn near anything and not claiming your name. Let's go, Rel.
In the womb, Martin's thinking was my nourishment. I was fed the ways of early Malcolm before the Mecca trip. And with that combination, I was born confused. Socially and mentally conflicted. How do I stay positive and focused, knowing there's people whose entire focus is to exterminate me, eradicate me? Hell, from what I read, Planned Parenthood was created to get rid of niggas like me. So no, Mr. Jones, I will not drink your Kool-Aid. I said, no, Mr. Jones, I will not drink your Kool-Aid. And if you want to know why, all you got to do is ask the guy who showed me the ISIS papers, the making of a slave. Yeah, knowledge of their way of thinking has made me the new spook, sitting by the old door, waiting to get in, expose them, and totally change this here game. You know, I was once told that all great black leaders are born with a bullseye on their head. And that shit is deep. But if you think about it, how many of our great leaders, great speakers, and boat rockers actually died peacefully in their sleep? It's okay. I'll wait. We create something great, and then they steal it. And we got to go to court and hope that we win. Shout out to Sophia Stewart. So many of our lives have been disposed of through racism, ignorance, and injustice. And all we do is want to march and talk about it. Why won't someone pick up one of them things? Why won't someone cock one of them things and put a hot one in one of them crackers' brain? Is it because of fear? Is it because of the teachings of Willie Lynch, which today are still here? The only immigrants who didn't come to this country on our own. And no matter what you may think, because of the ignorance of this world, Africa, nor Egypt is any longer our home.
Let's go. All right, Tyra.
And real quick, let me introduce myself. I am the real actor, writer, poet, comedian from Brooklyn. Verbal, my partner. Yeah, I just wanted to say that, you know, because I ain't get to introduce myself. You know, I got thrown in like a pork chop, you know, at Malcolm X's house. So, you know.
Yeah. All right, I'm good. I gotta go backstage.
So real. You told me about this. You told me, see, you showed me not to embarrass myself and thought, okay, I learned something. Okay.
So real, why can't I snap my fingers?
Okay, I'm speaking for me, right?
Okay.
Before I started doing poetry, I was an actor. I was an improv actor, which means I fed off the energy of the room. Finger snaps is not enough energy. If I'm getting up there and I'm giving all I got, I need applause. I need to hear, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I need to know that you're connecting with the thoughts that I'm giving. So it's an energy thing for me because you get more energy from a clap than you do from a finger snap.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Gotcha.
Let's go then. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So
Thank y'all for having me. Great show.
Thank you. We really appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of it. Thank you, Verbal.
Verbal, that was great. That was really good. Y'all had me.
That's what she do. Maybe y'all can get her to do it more often. Maybe y'all can get her to do it more often.
We was trying.
Don't we have a guest though? I'm just so excited. I guess.
Yeah, we've been waiting for Jane all night.
She just so patient. She just so patient. She just, you know, Miss Elliot.
Yay!
Hi.
How are you?
Well, I'm impressed. That's what I am. I'm impressed, particularly with the saxophonist and with the reel and with the person who was beside the reel. Oh, what talent! Oh my God!
Yes, yes, yes,
Excellent, excellent.
Thank you.
yes, yes. Wow, a lot. I mean, I don't know anybody that doesn't know who you are, but this woman, I tell you, when I met her, she's one of the most, how can you say, humble people that I think I've ever met. She's one of these people that she's changing the world everywhere she goes, but it's like you would just never know. Like if you didn't know who she was, she's just so, I don't even know how to explain it. Beautiful person, beautiful
Plain and
personality.
simple. Plain and simple. She's plain and simple. She's just plain and simple. Let's get on with it. I'm plain and simple. That's it. Okay.
I don't know about simple and plain, but but you really
Yeah, yeah,
touch a lot
yeah.
of heart, and it's just so beautiful, man. And so when you started this, when you started doing this, I mean, what, it's like 50 years ago? I mean, it's a long, should I say that? I mean, because yeah, 50 years, right? About 50 years ago.
53, 53 years ago. Yeah, 53 years ago last week was the anniversary of the killing of Martin Luther King Jr. and the anniversary of the blue-eyed, brown-eyed exercise.
Oh
And
wow.
it should have died by now, but it hasn't. It's getting bigger
No.
instead of smaller.
No, I'm glad you're still here. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
but
still doing it.
so when you started, like, did you get, like, because I know because I've read up, but did you get a lot of pushback? Did you get, like, how did it land? When you threw it, how did it land? Did it bounce or did it just boom?
Well, if you
Laugh.
call being threatened with death on a regular basis, if you call having your children be beaten and spit on and their belongings destroyed, if you consider having your
Wow.
parents lose their business because they raised the town's only N-word lover, you could call that pushback. If you call getting threatened with the loss of your job by all the other teachers, but the superintendent said when they asked him why he didn't fire me, she was doing the right thing. How could I fire her for doing the right thing? So you see, I got positive where it counted and pushback where it didn't matter. A long time ago, I decided that if you let yourself be affected by the things people say about you, you're making a mistake. They say those only ugly things because that's them. That's not you. I don't have to be ugly just because they are. And I happen to believe that teaching third graders and preschool children and children at birth that we're all members of the same race. There's only one race, it's the human race. There's no white, black, there's white race, there's no black race or red race or yellow race or brown race. We are all members of the human race. And if we don't start teaching that pre-birth, prenatal, right now, we're going to be in big trouble within 30 years. Because within 30 years, white people will be a numerical minority in the United States of America. And we have got to have people of color prepared to run this show. And I know they know how because they were running it in the beginning. We've got to stop teaching that Christopher Columbus discovered America. People from Africa came to this country between 20,000 and 10,000 years before Columbus was a gleam in his father's eye. You need to tell the schools to teach that the people who discovered this continent came from Africa, just like all the rest of us did. We all came from Africa. So get over it. We're all members of the same race. And if we all traced our blood, our DNA back as far as we could trace it, we would find that in every one of our DNA, there is a percentage of our DNA that came from a country in Africa. That's the way it is. Let's get over this nonsense.
Wow.
You and I,
Wow.
whether you like it or not, you and I are 30th to 50th cousins, period. Whether you like it or not, that's the way it is. And if you don't want me for cousin, you're out of luck, because that's
I'll take
what
that.
we are.
I'll take
take it.
that.
And I get real angry when my pale face cousins abuse my darker skin cousins not because of skin color, but because of the ignorance of pale faced people who really believe that they're a different race. They aren't. They are my race and I'm ashamed of them, but they're the members of the human race. So I have to accept them, but I don't have to like them.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So with all the marches that happened, and there was all races were marching. Do you think we have hope?
What do you mean all races were marching? There's only one race. Shall we repeat that? Shall we stop? By the gods of war, you're either going to listen or not. Now listen, I'm telling you, there's only one race. All colors were marching, all genders were marching, all ages were marching, all sexual and orientations were marching, and all religions were marching, but they weren't all races. Many members of the human race that look different from one another are marching because of the ignorance of racism. Not because of skin color, but because of the ignorance of racism. Skin color isn't changeable. Ignorance is. You can change ignorance with education, and it's time to do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Well, it's you've been doing this for so long. What's the weirdest thing that ever happened to you? Like if you had to tell a story of maybe something that happened to you that you would want everybody to know that know that happened to you. What's the weirdest or the craziest thing that's ever happened to you in your journey? Because you've had a long journey. So I know you might have to like pick one, but pick one.
They over 50 years ago, about 50 years ago, three carloads of black males escorted me out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania, because the teachers that had put through the exercise on the previous morning in a very informal way called the superintendent and said, if you don't get that bitch out of town, we're going to shoot her. So three carloads of black males watched me all day long and then took me to the Pennsylvania Turnpike that night in order to get me out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania, so I wouldn't get shot there. The woman who was driving it was head of the Human Relations Department in Pennsylvania at that time, and she drove me to Harrisburg. And the next morning, I got up and did a program in Harrisburg, and then that night she went back to her office. The next morning, I got up all alone in a motel in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and I opened my door. I was all ready to leave. I had my purse over my shoulder and my handle of my luggage cart in my hand. I opened the door and I looked out, and here I was at the end of this court, 2-story motel, and big glass windows all around me looking down on that court. And I thought behind one of those windows could be the person who was sent here to shoot me. So I backed up and I closed the door, and I can remember as if it had happened yesterday. I thought, now, Jane, you've got a decision to make. You can walk out of here and take your chances and go ahead and do this exercise, or you can stay here and be paralyzed with fear and never do this work again. And what are you going to do? I had a husband who loved me and 4 children at home. So I took that handle of my luggage cart in my hand. I tightened the strap on my purse. I opened the door and I stiffened my muscles in my back. I guess I thought if my muscles were stiff enough, the bullets would bounce off. You do strange things when you're frightened. And I was scared, and I walked quickly. I didn't run because I don't think you don't run because you're scared. You're scared because you run. If you start to run, then the adrenaline starts to run and you get more scared. So I walked quickly to the checkout desk. I got there and I thought, well, look what you did. You just let them scare you damn near to death. I will never be scared again. And I never have. If somebody wants to shoot me, be my guest. My husband is dead. My oldest son is gone. Living is not that important for me anymore, but they need to know that somebody said a long time ago, I think it was Victor Hugo said, no power on earth can stop a man with a dream or an idea whose time has come. We shot Martin Luther King Jr., but we didn't kill his idea. His idea is more alive now than it was when he was living, and we can't discredit him because he's no longer here. And the idea of one race, the human race, is an idea whose time has come. No power on earth is going to be able to stop it. These young people are catching on to the fact that they have been lied to all their lives about race. There's only one race, and the word race, meaning a group of people, came out of France in 1580, in the year 1580. That's how long this has been going on. That's a very short time in the annals of history. Do you realize that? Only since 1580 has there been a word race meaning a group of people. This is ridiculous. We should have given it up. The minute it came out, we should have said no. And now it's time for us to say no more. We've had enough of this. This has to stop. You are my cousins. I get really angry when some of my pale-faced cousins get abusive about my cousins of color. I won't tolerate it. I have a very low tolerance for racism. I'm not a nice person. Nice stops at 52.
That's it. That's it.
Well,
Katie.
Miss
Oh,
Elliott, Katie Pettit, she wants to know, how do we get more white people in the know?
what
We
did you do?
we,
Mm-hmm.
we have to take them away from television. If you want to raise a racist, all you have to do is put them in front of television for several hours a day, and at the end of the day, at the end of the week, you will have a child who believes in the myth of white superiority. Now, it isn't as bad as it used to be, because now I'm seeing people of different colors all the time. But television, Marshall McLuhan, years ago, when we first started television, said, "Stay away from television, it will ruin your minds." He was absolutely right. I watched my students change after their parents got television in third grade. I watched a child who didn't have television until Christmas, and he was brilliant until Christmas. And then everything fell apart for him. He wasn't interested in school. All he could talk about was what he had seen on television the night before. I was just furious. People, we need to get these kids into books. Every family should have sustained silent reading for at least half an hour every day in their home. Go to the library, get some books, take them home for every grade level you have in your house, and say, "You will read tonight for half an hour. Do nothing else but read. Turn off that boob tube and get busy reading." We could change this situation if we would educate our children. We're not being educated in this country. Children are being indoctrinated instead of educated.
Wow.
Yeah. And with the pandemic, a lot of that was really exposed because kids couldn't go to school. Then a lot of kids didn't have internet. Just say a lot of that, as far as not having education and not knowing a lot of stuff, was exposed. I don't know how they're going to catch up. Being an educator, because she's a teacher, remember? So being an educator, what would you suggest?
No. I'm not a teacher. Number one, I'm not a teacher. Don't call me a teacher. A teacher
Okay,
just,
sorry.
yeah. I'm sorry, you didn't. Okay, but teachers dispense facts. Teachers dispense facts and figures to get kids ready for the end of year testing or the end of term tests. That's not what I do. The word educator comes from the root duck deuce, which means lead, the prefix e, which means out, the suffix ate, which means the act of, and the suffix or, which means one who does. An educator is one who is engaged in the act of leading people out of ignorance. And you can't lead children out of ignorance if you continue to teach that Columbus discovered America. He didn't. People from Africa discovered America between 20,000 and 10,000 years ago. They were the first settlers on this continent. And the people that we call Indians came from Africa. They did not spring up out of the ground the way their legend says. They came from Africa just like all the rest of us did. Get over it, people. Get real. Why is that so bothersome to people? It just kills me when I think, you all admit that the first modern human beings that evolved on this earth came from Africa. They evolved in sub-Saharan Africa between 300,000 and 500,000 years ago. And they had very, very dark skin because their bodies were exposed to a lot of sunlight. As those folks moved farther and farther from the equator and managed to populate every landmass on the face of the earth without any modern technology. But as they moved farther from the equator, their skin, their hair, and their eyes got lighter because they were exposed to less and less sunlight. That's the only reason that I have this pale skin, because my ancestors moved into Ireland. Lucky Ireland. But people who moved there were from Africa. They came to Ireland from Africa before Ireland was Ireland. You need to know that. They populated every land. Don't forget this. They populated every landmass on the face of the earth. They don't teach that in history classes, and they don't teach that in social studies. In the schools, they are teaching anti-social studies, because if we taught the truth, then white folks couldn't feel as good about themselves. There's something else you need to realize. Only 18% of the population of the earth is described as white. 18% of the people living on the earth are white. Think about that. And they aren't really white. They're just very, very, very light brown. But only 18% of the earth's population is considered white. And compare that to the other, what, 82%?
Yeah.
For the
Wow.
love of heaven, how long are we going to go on teaching these lies? The brilliance, and if you haven't read the book Nile Valley Contributions to Civilization, get it today and read it. And just one of the things you'll find out in that book is that 4,000 years before the birth of Jesus Christ, people in the Nile Valley is in Egypt, and Egypt is in Africa. It isn't in the Middle East. We've tried to move it into the Middle East so that we don't have to, so that we don't, I really have, so that, yeah, we have, so that we don't, it's really ridiculous. So we don't have to admit that all those wonderful things we got from Egyptians came from Africans. Those 4,000 years before the birth of Jesus Christ, people in the Nile Valley, people of color, were doing cataract surgery with metal instruments before such a thing was ever heard of in Asia or Europe or the Americas. Think about that. Think of what they had accomplished before we decided that we should enslave them in this country. Can you imagine the kinds of things that could have been accomplished in this country if we had said, let's go to Africa and learn from the people who know, instead of let's go to England, go to Hull, England, and buy a bunch of slaves from Africa and bring them back here and treat them like dogs. We treat our dogs better than they treated their slaves. You know it, and so do I. If we had gone to Africa and said, we want to learn what you know, good Lord, do you know where we'd be today?
Yeah.
Right.
We have no idea.
Yeah.
So, Jane, Carrie Edge wants to know, how do you suggest that we point out subtlest acts of bias and discrimination to our co-workers and our superiors?
Many people recognize the blatant acts, but do not realize that the small things are just as important. Yeah, it's a lot of small things that happen, Miss Elliot.
Well, but you see, right now, we have psychologists and sociologists and professors in colleges and in universities all over the United States who are talking about unconscious bias and conscious bias. little uglinesses and big uglinesses. That's nonsense. What we need to talk about is the truth. We need to tell the truth. We need to educate people to the truth. And if you want to know how to stop the nasty remarks, the stupid remarks, the thoughtless remarks, go to my website and download the printed learning materials. The first is a set of typical statements that white folks make that think they aren't racist. Now, I expect you've heard this. Other groups had to struggle. Why is it so different for the blacks? Have you heard that one? Well, that shows a deep, here's the clarification of that. That shows a deep ignorance of the special deprivation suffered by black people at the hands of whites. My people came from Ireland to this country. They weren't abused. Well, they were abused for a while because there were signs up all that said no Irish need apply, but they were able to blend because they were pale faces. When somebody says, my people came from overseas and they look at what they've gone through and look at all the good things we do for the blacks. Nonsense. No, we don't treat your parents and grandparents the way we treat our black people who were born and raised in this country. And we don't even realize that blacks were here first. We have Black History Month, which starts with slavery. Blacks were here 20,000 to 10,000 years ago. If you're going to teach black history, you have to start 10,000 years back. Do you think they're going to do that? Of course they're not, because teachers don't realize that. They really think that the first blacks who came here came as slaves. No, they didn't. They came as adventurers, they came as explorers, and they came as discoverers. You've got to teach your children those facts so that when the teacher says, and how many of us have heard this, and some teacher will stand up in front of a group of students and say, when I see people, I don't see people as black or brown or red or yellow. I just see people as people. And someday, some smart kid, probably a boy, is going to stand up and say, do you see white people? And the teacher's going to kick him out of the room because it's all right to see white, but she doesn't see color. I'll never forget the day the woman came up to me walking on heels about this high, which told me she wasn't very bright anyway. Skinny little pale face, and she came up to me and said, to Linda Guillory, who was black and aggressive and knew what she was talking about. She said to Linda Guillory, I don't see color. I'm colorblind. And Linda Guillory, and I backed up because I thought there's going to be bloodshed here, and I've got to wear this suit tomorrow. So I backed up. And Linda Guillory looked at her and said, I think you have a severe eye problem. Let's make an appointment with the optometrist so that we can get your eyes fixed. And that girl diddled away just faster than she had come up to her. She was furious to have that black woman, not say thank you. She didn't say thank you. She said, you got a problem. You need to get your eye fixed. I'll never forget the woman who said that to me, only she said, I'm colorblind. I don't see color. And I looked at her and I said, I knew that before you said it. Because if you weren't colorblind, you wouldn't wear that shirt with those pants. And she said, come on, fool. If you're going to make idiotic statements, you need to hear something, an answer that answers that statement. We've got to stop allowing people to say, I don't see you black. Linda Guillory would say, well, what the hell color do you see me? Do you see me green? Well, no. What are you trying to tell me? Well, I just don't see your color. And then she'll say to you, if you're in such bad shape that you can't see the largest organ on my body, inch by inch, which is my skin, you're working hard at being blind. And they are. What they're saying is, I'm uncomfortable with the color of your skin, then stay away from me. If you're uncomfortable with the color of my skin, if you're uncomfortable with the kinds of things I say, just stay away from me. My life will not be disadvantaged because if I don't have to hear those statements, and neither will yours. And your children shouldn't have to put up with a teacher standing up in front of a class and saying, I don't see color. Kids ought to have the backbone and the rights to say, wait a minute, aren't we going to teach the 3 R's in this room? And I'm not talking about reading, writing, and arithmetic because only one of those words begins with R. That's reading. Writing begins with W and arithmetic begins with A. Yeah, some kid is going to stand up and say, are we going to teach the 3 R's of rights, respect, and responsibility? Because you just disrespected my rights not to have you say that you don't see my color. And I'm going to hold you responsible for that. Kids have the right to expect respect from the people who are trying to educate them. And you educate students, the first word that comes out of your mouth the first day they're in your classroom. And if that first word is, hello, we got some black boys and some white boys here. Somebody ought to across the face and say, well, I'm going to come upside your head, fool. You know, a whack on the side of the head is what she needs. There are no white people. There are no white people and there are no black people. We all come in shades of brown. Now, I know white people demand to be called white, but we aren't. You can see my hair. See what color my hair is. What color is it? Yeah, and what color is my shirt? That's white. Right. Yeah. What color is my skin? It ain't white, people. Get over it. Let's just get over it. We are all shades of brown. And if you don't believe me, get the National Geographic magazine for April of 2018. And there is a set of pictures in there of people of all different colors. You get that and show it to your children, show it to your nieces and nephews, show it to your neighbors, show it to your husbands if you have them, and say, now this is the truth. We are all shades of brown. Let's get over. The people who started this nonsense started it in the late 1400s during the Spanish Inquisition. And they were trying to make everybody Catholic. So they killed everybody they figured wasn't Christian. Then they found out they'd killed a whole bunch of Christians. So they decided, since you couldn't tell what someone's religion was by looking at them, they'd have to find another reason for killing people. So they set out skin color. And they said, here, the good guys are white and the bad guys we'll call black. White and black are polar opposites. In the dictionary, white is the color of goodness. And in the dictionary, black is the color of evil. So they set us into a situation where we will be separated as long as we use those two words to describe ourselves. And it makes no sense. Wow. And it has to be stopped.
Wow. Yes.
How do you say the name? Shazib Hassan? He's that I don't know if it's a woman. Well, I guess it's a guy. I don't know. How can we bring the same education into Black and brown community members who have brought into the white supremacy propaganda? That's what they said.
By telling them the truth. By getting the book Nile Valley Contributions to Civilization, by refusing to allow them to be taught geography with this map. See this map that they use throughout the schools in the United States, except in the Boston schools? This is the Mercator projection map. See Greenland hanging down here? Okay, here it is. Here it is.
There it is.
See, I'm doing this backward. Have you done this lately? This is hard work. Okay, there's Greenland hanging down here like a great big ripe plum. On this map, Greenland is bigger than South America, and it's bigger than Africa. Now think about that. This is the map that we use in the schools to teach about the size, the shape, and the location of the land masses on the Earth. And at the bottom of the Mercator map, now not on this one, but on the big ones that you see in schools, the last sentence in the legend says, South America is actually 9 times larger than Greenland. But on this map, which is what kids see, Greenland is bigger than South America. And the distance between the lines of latitude at the top of the map is this much in the middle. This map was deliberately designed to be a tool of teaching racism. We need to get rid of this map. Now, somebody's going to say, well, you can't do that. That's the way they are. No, it isn't. And you can get rid of that map, and there is a better map. Look at this. This is the Peters projection map. Look at the size of Greenland on this map. And then look at the size of South America and of Africa. Africa is 19 times bigger than Greenland, in fact. This is called education. This map is called indoctrination. You've got to go to school and demand that the teachers get rid of this map and put this one up instead of it. There are several better maps than this one. Practically every map is better than this one, unless you want to teach racism. And if you want to teach racism, this map is perfect for that. If you want kids who don't know beans about geography, just get that Mercator projection map and use it religiously. And that, incidentally, is how it was made, because the Pope commissioned Mercator to make a map that showed the spread of Christianity. So on that map, the equator is 2/3 of the way down the map instead of halfway down the map. And the countries in the northern, what we call hemisphere, are larger than the countries in the southern hemisphere, because that's where Christianity had spread to. People were supposed to have separation of church and state. You can't have that if you're using the Mercator map.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. You know, we had a conversation before, and you were talking about Lincoln. Oh, you made me laugh so hard. I just had to bring it up because you just made me laugh. I just could not stop laughing about Lincoln. But tell everybody your philosophy about Lincoln. This is.
Well, I love the fact that the Republican Party is the party of Lincoln. And Lincoln was a Melungeon, part white, part black, and part Cherokee Indian. Now think about that. The party of Lincoln is the Republican. That's their name. Think of that. And they are absolutely determined to perpetuate racism in this country for as long as they possibly can. Right now, they are trying to see to it that people of color will not save this democracy again. Last November, people of color in this country went to the polls and voted in such numbers, even though they were supposed to be intimidated into not doing it, went to the polls in such numbers that they threw Mr. Trump out of office. And then in January, they did it again when they had elected 2 Democrats in Georgia. We owe our democracy to people of color in this country. Make no mistake about that. They have saved us again. If you don't understand that, you need to take a look at the statistics. Now, I know Benjamin Disraeli said there are 3 kinds of lies: lies, damn lies, and statistics. Well, we use statistics all the time to support a case. But on this case, you need to take a look at those statistics and realize that our country, we were in danger of losing this democracy. We were on the verge of losing our democracy.
Yes.
Black and brown people went to work and kept the democracy alive. Now what we have to do is do away with all the laws that the Republicans are trying to write to keep people from voting. They're scared to death that people of color will save us again. So people of color, go to the polls and fight these voting registration, these voting regulations, fight them with tooth and nail. Because if enough of us go together and say, no, we're not going to put up with this crap anymore. We've had enough of this. These are my cousins here, and you're going to allow them to vote, period. That's one of your rights, and we have to respect your rights. And if the legislators aren't going to respect your rights, then we have to hold them responsible by voting them out of office.
We have another question. She says,
I'll
this
bet.
is Katie Petit. What's her name? Okay. Miss Jane, how do you maintain your endurance in this fight to right injustices? It's a lifelong commitment. How do we continue to burn brightly and not burn out?
How do Black women do it all day, every day, and every night? How do Black women get up in the morning? How do Black women get up in the morning and know that they're going to have to send their kids, especially their boys, into a society that hates them? And they keep on doing it, and they keep on raising good children. How do they do it? You tell me how you do it. And you know how you do it, and so do I. You do it because you have to.
Yes.
My father would say to us every week, you know the difference between, my father would say, you know the difference between right and wrong. Now do the right thing, goddammit. I know the difference between right and wrong. I know that racism is wrong. I know that I, as a citizen of the United States, do not have the right to allow somebody else to be abused because of somebody else's ignorance about skin color. I don't have that right. I'm an educator. I'm not educated, but I'm an educator. I don't have the right to allow people to say ugly things about people they know nothing about after they've seen the color of their skin. I don't have that right. You know, in so much as ye have done it unto one of these my brethren, so have ye done it unto me. If you abuse one of my cousins of color, it's as if you had done to me, and I won't tolerate it. I refuse to tolerate it. I have a real low tolerance for intolerance.
Yeah, wow. I mean, just the fact that you're out there. I remember I said to you, you don't remember me because you had like 10,000 people around you, but I actually had conversations anyway. And me and your daughter, I love your daughter. That is my girl. I'm coming to California this summer to see her, and we're gonna have seafood. Anyway,
Yeah.
I kept telling you how wonderful you are and how much people really do, like they admire you. But it's like the thing about you, Miss Elliot, is that we know that, well, I can't say this because I know what you're going to say. Well, I'm going to say it anyway, and I'm going to let everybody else know what you're going to say. I said this to you. I said, the thing that always got me with you is that you really didn't have to do this. You could have went on with your life and did what you had to do. You didn't have to come and put yourself through all of this. And this is what Miss Jane Elliott is going to say to me. Go ahead. Go ahead. Because she tore me up. I was like,
hey, I'm a human being on the face of the earth, and I do not have the right to allow other people to be abused because of somebody's ignorance. I don't have that right. There's a reason for our being on this earth, and it's to make this a better place for all of us, not just for the Damie John whatever, and not just for the Bill Gates, and not just for the people who have lots of money, but for all of us who live on this earth. We are, as far as I'm concerned, all children of God. Now, I don't care whether you believe in God or not, but I believe there's a higher power that we had better be able to answer to when we get where we're going. And I hope I go where my husband and my son are. But I'm not sure, because people have told me to go the other place so often that if they have any power, I'm out of luck.
Yeah, man. But we got another question. Okay. Carrie, you could
Okay.
posted this. Okay, Miss Jane, Jamaica Queens is a historical hub of music and dance. What is your favorite type of music? Who do you listen to most? Are you a fan of Black dance? Do you celebrate Kwanzaa? Let me say something. She got friends. She got 2 friends that you guys would never believe is like her family. Killer Mike and T.I. is like her family, y'all. She goes to the concert. One of her favorite songs is, what is it? What'd you say? Walk in the Snow? what was, is that the name of it? By
Yeah,
Killer Mike?
yeah, yeah. It's not very nice, but I like it. I like it a lot. Yeah, T.I. Harris, T.I. Harris, and Mike Render are two of the brightest men I have ever known. They are absolutely brilliant, both of them. It is nothing but a pleasure to be around them because they aren't judgmental. They are just calm, kind, quiet gentlemen. And it's a good thing they're my age and don't wear Old Spice deodorant or cologne, because if they did, I'd jump their bones. But they don't, and they're too young for me. But yeah. Okay. My husband was a fan of country music, and there's some country music that is wonderful. I'm a fan of classical music. I love it, but I can't sing it, but I can sing anything else. I love to sing, and I love the people you had singing. But you have to remember that the first musicians were in the Nile Valley. The first physicians were in the Nile Valley. The first people who wrote laws were in the Nile Valley. You have to realize that we got all of this stuff from people who look like you, not people who look like me. It's time to start teaching the truth. And if you teach the truth in band and glee club, you're going to have to say, yeah, this song came from, and this song came from, and you're going to have to be quoting the people who originally wrote all the ideas, had the ideas for that wonderful music. It is so pathetic. It's so pathetic that kids, you're going to have Black History Week, but month, and nobody's going to mention to those kids that if it weren't for blacks, you wouldn't have mechanically made shoes. A black man invented the last for sewing shoes together mechanically. Before that, they had to be sewn together by hand. You wouldn't have that street light that everybody has to stop at. That was invented by a black man. So many things that we have, and but there's a teacher in Minnesota, and I don't remember who it is, but she has a list that the kids have of black inventions it's about 6 feet long, because she has been teaching the truth about history. Good Lord, if we all did that, we would all have a much better understanding and appreciation of those who are different from ourselves. Yeah. We need to get that started, and we need to do it now so that every child feels wanted and appreciated and recognized in the classroom as they are, not as the teacher will be more comfortable with them, but as they are. And those teachers who aren't comfortable with children of color should go into another line of work. Period.
True. Miss Jane, we sent you a plaque. Do you have did you get your plaque from us?
Yes, I did, and it's hanging on the wall in the hall beside a couple other plaques. And I love it.
We just love it. It's like that's the least we could do, because I mean, like I said, I'm just in awe right now. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tyra.
No, don't say you're in awe of me, because your parents and grandparents and great grandparents. Okay, all right. All right. Are we done? Are we done now?
Okay, we're done.
Yes. We so appreciate you. We thank you so much for coming on our show.
I was fanning out. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. Thank you for listening. Thank you for caring. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to an old white woman. You need to realize that is a huge compliment for me. Make no mistake about that. And my father would say, by God, you did the right thing.
Yeah, and that's all, being that's all you want to do, is just try to always do the right thing. Miss Jane, we have something we say in our community, in the Black community, that you could come to the barbecue. You could come to the barbecue, Miss Jane. You come to barbecue.
Can I bring the potato salad? Can I bring the potato salad?
That's what happened.
We love you. And we really want to thank everybody that came to and asked questions and participated. We just doing this, and we're really just trying to let young artists, different types of artists come and do this and be able to talk to interesting people like Miss Elliot. I can't wait to see you. Hopefully you'll be there around in the summer when I come see Mary If not, me and Mary will have some shrimp on you. We'll say, we'll call you and say, hey, we eating shrimp,
While you're eating shrimp. Sure,
I
you'll call me
love
while you're eating shrimp. Yeah, I'll be eating corn on the cob and you'll be eating
Now,
shrimp. There's something very wrong with this.
You can come. I ain't scared. I'm from New York. I ain't scared. They mess with you,
Listen,
they're gonna have to mess with all of us, Miss Elliot.
That's
listen,
right.
Iowa is halfway between New York and California. So in the
Okay.
summer, you can stop off in Iowa, you see, and you can stay in my little church that we turned into a guest house. You can stay in my little church right next door.
Oh, nice.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, this is our tech girl, but she do all kinds of stuff. This is Verbal. You heard her speak earlier.
I did.
Hey, Verbal, you got
I
something
sure
to ask?
did. It was wonderful.
No, you just want to. Verbal's like,
Just want to wave.
Usually I get the one finger salute. So I'm trying to get away instead of this. Things are looking up. Okay.
Well, thank you. We don't want to hold you too long, but we thank you so much for participating in this event.
Yeah, we thank you.
Are you
so
going
much.
to get copies of the Peters projection map?
We
Are you
sure
going to get copies of the Peters projection map?
I actually wrote that down.
I'm gonna get it for my grandson.
Hang it in your studio. Absolutely, and hang it where you're speaking. Hang it behind you so that people will see that behind you and say to themselves, "What in the devil is that?" And then you can tell them what it is. That's what people who are reading the read news with a copy of the Mercator projection map behind them. That's absolutely insane. So get a copy of the Peters projection map and hang it up where you're going to be working and let people see a new vision of the world.
Wow.
Okay. I'm gonna do
that.
Yeah. All right. There will be a test. There will be a test.
There will be a test.
Okay. I know.
Right.
You better be ready because she don't look like she playing. She look like one of them teachers you walk in. You know how you have educators, one of those people you walk into the class and you have those that you come in and you might walk in chewing gum, chill, but you have those that you walk in and be like, I'm going to my seat. I have nothing to say.
The first thing I'd say to you is good listeners have quiet hands, feet, and mouth. If you're chewing gum, you aren't listening.
That's it. I'm always chewing gum. It's really bad. I'm like addicted. I don't know.
And now I'm going to be going while you still love me. I love you too, cousins. Thank you for having me. All right. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye, Miss Elliot.
Have a good one. Goodbye now.
You too.
Bye.
Okay.
That was great. Oh my God.
Oh, goodness. So awesome. That was so awesome. Yeah.
We have a good show coming on next month too. You want to tell them?
Our honoree for next month is Liz Black, and we're going to salute gospel music. So please tune in. We have some fabulous gospel artists that will be performing.
And if you're a gospel artist and you're interested, go to our website, themusicalsummit.com, and sign up. Okay, sign up, and we'll see. Because we just don't want to have to be there. Well, it is one. It's a lot of stuff coming up that we may have to do. One of them, I know we talked about it on a Saturday instead of a Wednesday because it's just too many people. You know what I'm saying? And we got some cool people coming through. I know she don't know what I'm talking about right now. She's over here like, who is she talking about? You don't remember?
Oh, I know. No, I remember. Oh, yeah, definitely.
We're still putting people in place. So, but I don't want to say, but it's going to be great. Y'all just come check us back around June, I think it is, right? June? It's June? I think it's June. Anyway, y'all come check us next month for the gospel. So, what day is that on? The 5th? I think it's
it's May 5th. Mm-hmm.
May 5th. Yeah, so and we're gonna try to not come on like all early and don't know we on.
Okay, we're not listening to Alicia now.
So it was great. So you guys, everybody take care. You have anything else to say? My boss. This is the boss right here, boss lady Tyra Emerson. All I'm just here.
No, I'm still reeling that Jane Elliott was on, and she just gave us so much of her time. You know, that's so awesome. You know,
She's absolutely wonderful, man. I tell you, yeah. So okay, so I guess we'll see y'all next month on the 5th, right?
Yes.
And go to our site and check out everybody that was on tonight, okay? Because like I said, we have all the information. Go check them out. Go buy their stuff. Go buy Baz's stuff. Go buy, Keiko stuff. Go buy everybody's stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, go do that. Go just spend $5 or $10 and just buy everybody's single. Do something like that. Okay? Do that. Okay. All right. Okay, so we saying bye now, right? We need some outro.
Yes. Bye. Good night.
Bye.